Yeah, I think that kind of says it all. I like your intro because, as you say, you think of the amount of people that we've been able to help with P90X and X2 and even Power 90, going back 10-minute trainer one-on-ones. We've covered a lot of folks. They've gotten great results. But, you know, of the millions of copies of even P90X over the course of 10 years, there's probably twice that many people that would have jumped in, but just couldn't because they just didn't want to put that hour in. You know, I mean, over and over and over again, there's so many people who even bought P90X, started the program and stopped because of time commitments and family and work and whatever. And so now, you know, we discovered a lot of the science is showing that the vast majority of the results that come from a workout are in the first 30 minutes anyway. So I talk a little bit less, which is depressing. Or really awesome for some of you guys. But we really have condensed a lot of things in the course of 30 minutes. And if you look at P90X, there's 12 discs, P90X2, 15. But, you know, we really wanted to take it to the very edge, and we've got 20 workouts in this program. It's 20, man. So muscle super confusion right here. And we call it, you know, you got P90X muscle confusion, P90X 2 muscle, what the hell are we calling it? P90X2. But this is accelerated now. We're really you know, pushing the envelope here. So we really believe, and this is actually, and I'm going to give full credit to Carl. Carl said the big issue really is with time, and so, you know, he was the genius behind T25, and the reason why that's blowing up is because 25 minutes to work really hard to get great results, spot on, man. And now we've done that same thing with P90X3.
Well, I think one of the important things to know is this is not a graduate program, so I think X2, arguably, you want to have a real good base of fitness. While you can't do it from the start, X3 is going to be very marketable to people who have even bought P90X because they're like, if that thing was just shorter. And so we think the market for X3 is going to be a lot bigger, and likewise, we think the fat loss is going to be faster and more extreme because the intensity of that 30 minutes just keeps moving. So your heart rate stays up, so your calorie burn during the half hour is, again, a lot more efficient. Now, tell us a little bit about the test group that we've been through.
Well, one of the most mind-bending statistics from the test group was we had about, what, 45 people, Steph, 40 people in that test group. Every single person but one in that test group, 99.2%, had a 10% body fat loss percentage. Wow. 10. So if they started at 22%, they were 12 in 90 days, 30 minutes a pop, which I don't think in any program I've ever seen those kinds of results before. Not certainly in our P90X test group. And it's because we worked really, really hard at the sequencing of the exercises, the pace of the workouts, and the variety, and the modifications and everything else. And a lot of folks, they came in, the pace was pretty brutal out of the box, but we showed them how to slow it down and do less reps, and we do that in the discs as well. But as people got going, you know, it's broken up into 3 phases. We call them blocks now. They're blocks in P90X3. And the first block is really sort of an adaptive phase. The next one is more resistance-oriented. And the last phase is sort of an explosive power phase, which just burns a buttload of calories. And when you've got 20 different workouts to work with, you can really, really mix them up and match them up so that you're just getting the absolute most out of it. And like Carl said, it's not a graduate program. I mean, anybody, I mean, you look at P90X, Jeremy Yost and Richard Neal and Kathy McDonald, folks that have lost 100-plus pounds, 200 pounds. That program was never designed for them, but because of the modifications and the desire to want to be part of something, they managed to do it. But with P90X3, we're going to tap into even more people that have 100 pounds, 150 pounds to lose. But at the same time, because of the, you know, we've got Pilates now, and that, for example, if you look at Kempo with P90X, Kempo is a nice little slow heart rate routine. It's really kind of an off day. You know, we sell it as a major fat burner, but really it's a day for people to kind of work on their hand-eye coordination, burn a few calories, and then kind of recover. Not with P90X3, man. That MMX routine is a monster. It's probably one of my favorites. But and so same thing. We've got agility and accelerator and decelerator, and we've got you know, isometrics. You saw that yesterday, and you saw trimetrics today. And there's just so many really, really neat moves. There's one brand new move after another, and it's just come from a lot of time and effort. You know, with Stephanie and I, we work together, and Steve Edwards and some other friends of mine. I mean, I just went on YouTube and I saw a bunch of really cool moves. I thought, let's put that in there. You know? We got one called donkey kicks. You're going to love that. So.
Well, what's interesting is, you know, there was a lot of debate. You know, the greatness is forged in fire. So there was even some real negotiation within the company, even with Tony, just, you know, hey, P90X represents extreme results, and without cutting any corners. So aren't we copping out? Are we diluting the brand? And again, the feeling was, if the intensity is there for 30 minutes, this is going to be a step up for many people if they don't dog it like they might for, I don't know about you, but in 4 or 5 rounds of resistance, I would generally tend to do a warm-up round on the first one, and you don't get that luxury in 30 minutes. And so we went for it. We got aligned with the fitness experts and the brand management and everybody to say, okay, here's the way P90X3 can articulate this incredible brand into something that is maybe more accessible for more people, but still promises great results. Let's test it. And then, as Tony said, we did this test, and everybody in that group who was like, 30 minutes, no problem. Please make this end soon.
At the 10-minute mark. The other cool thing, too, is if you know about P90X, obviously P90X and P90X2, there's a big-ass warm-up at the beginning and a cool-down at the end. And we discovered that, if we want these things to be 30 minutes, it doesn't mean we don't remove the warm-up, because a lot of times people, they're working out in cold environments or they're kind of sore from the workout before. So we have a separate disc called Cold Start. So you have the option to do that warm-up at the beginning. It's head to toe. It's about 15 minutes long, I think. And it's a beauty. So sometimes you'll need it, sometimes you won't. If days you're feeling really good, then you just pop in that disc and you're done in 30 minutes. Other days you might say, hey, I want to add a couple here because I want to warm up more. So we really kind of thought of everything when it came to this thing, and all the time and research and effort that went into it was really proven through that test group. When you saw their pictures,